everybody that joined with that. We would really love now to move forward with our program with some more Qigong from our beautiful Reverend Dr. Wai Ching Lee. Oh, my mouth.
Ama, it's fine.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, would you like to give us a little bit of background with the Qigong that we're about to do?
Yeah, thank you, Madume. This is a wonderful segue into my session, isn't it? So yeah, keep me on track with the timing, because I can really go into the ethers and come back down. So with the background of my style of Qigong it's called Infinity Quantum Qigong. It is indeed the transmutation of the Qi within our bodies and outside in spirals and figure eights. Okay, that's why it's called that. And then I linked it with the quantum field sometime in 1990, when I received this transmission coming from the trees, and there were lines of sacred geometric shapes that came in and into my body. And then I had this huge awakening through my spine. And of course, we recognize that as the awakening from the sacrum and through the spinal structure and to the top of the head. And then healing abilities came through. And now I do a lot of long distance healing through the space. And this is what is coming through for me to do, as we talked about it, to do a meditation so that we can ground it into our bodies and then into Africa and into all bodily matrices of our consciousness. And each one of us has our historical ancestral history in our blood and coursing through us, and we are magical in our embodiment, and we're bringing all this power into the planet right now, and healing, we need it. So I'll be doing that later, but just to give the background, as you have requested, is that we start to work the atmospheric Qi. We bring that in from the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planets. So the first thing is that when we breathe in, when we were born, we took the first breath, and that was a contract, that was an agreement to be mortal, to be human, to be on the planet, to be exactly who we are, incarnated exactly who we are at this time, right? And then bringing that in and then channeling it to our feet and grounding into the earth, into the center of the earth, and letting it run through the crystal ley lines, which is what we're going to do now. We're running it through the crystal ley lines into Africa, into Malaysia, into France, into all the various places, India. I think Professor Kaushik is here. And we're going to take that through onto the earth. And that, I feel, is the greater Qigong. Qigong is not just the body, but it's our ecology, our ecosystem, our relationship with each other, and our relationship with the planet. So what we're doing is that we're actually tapping into the sexual energy, the creative, procreative energy of the planet Earth, and in each one of us, to cleanse and purify ourselves, and then to bring that forth. And then we pump it up through the spine and connect through the center line, and we connect with the Shen, with the spirit. And so we will practice this, if I may offer this during this session, and to bring that down. And different people will have different responses, and it might not even be now. We can just experience it. Some of us may want to have some little tears or, break out in hysterical giggles. So whatever is appropriate for us, let's just do it, whatever is right. And some of us, I know Madume likes that. She's smiling. And then also just, if it comes in a dance form. And so this is spontaneous Qigong. And what happened when it came through was that my spine started undulating. So the Tai Chi I do now cannot be long, what we call straight back Tai Chi. It's all undulating. So I think you women would like that. This is going back to feminine Tai Chi. It's yin. So this is primordial Qigong, as my male Qigong teachers would tell me. This was how it was in the beginning, because energy, they don't move in straight line. energy lines. It's not straight. It's all in waves, spirals, figure eights, right? Curves. So when we do this, and especially in the dance of Rakshaki, in the, like belly dance and the African dance, you know, where you're undulating and with the hips and with the chest, and we are also dancing in the Qi. And how powerful is that? In fact, this Qigong, I also support women, take them through the birthing practice, because we undulate the hips, right? And then also do figure eights. This is the style of it. So it's all undulating. And so if we have time, we can just practice this together now and then just bring it down to the earth. And so this is also very healing for those who have been sexually abused, and so working with child and women abused and men who have been abused as children as well. This cleanses it because we clear through the 0 point that takes us back to the quantum field. And we really, people heal much faster, and of course go through all the trauma. So if we have any emotions coming up during this time, it's also appropriate. And so this is just the basic premise of what infinity quantum Qigong is. And so it's developed over time. I work with medical doctors in integrative medicine, also in the cancer clinics. So just to echo Dr. Love's discussion about helping with uterine and conditions, I could have had ovarian cancer in 1990. And this is how I cleared the matrix. I cleared the Qi. I cleared the miasma that came from an ancestral past of memory of violence or aggression and lack of the respect that has been practiced with sexuality as an expression of a human being. So we want to transform the lower densities of sexuality and upwards into sacred sex, you know, and sacred sensuality, as I call it. So that's what I teach and transmit. So as we speak about that, we want to raise the frequencies through the heart and through the transformation. So if you're ready, I don't know how much time I have left. Maybe we can do a little practice, which once you have it, really we all can just practice it, and that's all we need. Just keep it simple, keep it sweet, and then just really, very deeply, you know, in our hearts. So do you think this would be a good time, Wimby, to do this? Yes? Okay. If everyone is ready, I think you're frozen, Wimby. Can I?
Yes, you've got about 10 minutes. Yeah.
How many?
Yes, you've got about 10 minutes. Yeah, go for it, please. Thank you.
Yes, plenty of time for eternity, right, everyone? So
yeah, everything has got 10 minutes. We've only got 40 minutes left of the session today. So, and we still have a meditation and a poem to end things off.
beautiful. It's been such a beautiful program. So I really thank you, really, and for the heart, and it's so beautiful. So, all right. So everybody, and it'd be nice if everybody would want, you know, turn on their video so I can see, but I'll have my eyes closed, but every now and then I'll just check in. So what is it? It's a transmission. So when we do Qigong, we transmit from what I call the Council of Light, and then from the atmospheric Qi, and turn on the video, and then I will be sending it to each one of you. So you might have different experiences, but you will have your own, you know, and so you can get in touch with me. Everybody's welcome to just stay in touch and work together and collaborate. We have lots and lots of different free talks coming up in courses. Actually, I might announce that there's a woman, Dr. Effie Chow, and she's 87. She is the diva of Qigong in the Western world, 87, and she can still move 7 or 8 men with her Qi, right? She and Sharon Rose, who is 72, and myself, I'm 64, we're going to be doing a workshop on sacred sensuality. So I hope you can join us there too. Just let us know. So with this work, why don't you just close your eyes and just go in and just connect with our hearts first and connect with the breath. The breath, that is the ballast for this work. And remember, this is a feminine, what I embody is a feminine Qigong. So it's going to be very deep. It's called Neigong. That means internal alchemy. And we start with internal alchemy before we go out in the world. This is really important as we practice this. Go in, breathing in, and breathing out, and connecting with breath, the gift of life. The gift of life from the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planets, and beyond, the cosmos, to the source. Whoever we perceive the Creator to be, and breathing that in into our nostrils, and breathing that down into the bronchial tubes, into the heart, the lungs, filling up the lungs with this beautiful golden chi, silvery chi, this stellar diamond-like chi, filling up our lungs, and the colors of the planet, the colors of the universe into our lungs, especially for this time, taking in that full force as human beings and into our hearts, and filling up our hearts with love, 432 words, and sending it out in our blood into all the cells, into the interstitial fluids between the cells. Just feel that coursing through and into the lymph, and breathe out everything we wish to clear in the past, in the ancient past, the recent past, human past, collective past, historical past, everything, anything that comes into our mind or our feeling body. Continue to breathe in, down into our liver, spleen, pancreas, and stomach on the left, liver and gallbladder on the right. And down into the navel, into the umbilical cord. And here we breathe in the DNA from our mothers and fathers, grandparents, great-grandparents, our ancestors. We call in the ancestors into our blood to heal. And down into the kidneys, into the ovaries, into the sexual organs, into the chalice of life within our sexual organs, activating the creative energy. And down into the feet, down, down, down to the center of the earth, and we merge with Mother Earth. And we bring forth this creative energy into Mother Earth right now, and bring up this light into our feet, up the legs, into our spine, into our brain, to our third eye, into the pineal pituitary gland, into the thyroid, into our heart, balancing the endocrine glands, into the adrenal glands, into the sexual glands. We keep pumping this sacred creative force into our bodies. And down, 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 continue to travel down into the crystalline ley lines of Africa and Asia, into all parts, and purifying the earth, purifying all of humanity, purifying, balancing, healing, restoring with our love. Smiling into our hearts with this love, smiling into our lips, smiling into our eyes, and smiling to each other as beautiful spiritual beings from times that we knew each other and times that we will know each other this lifetime, this embodiment, that we are here to do this mandate, to carry out this work as we converge in Qi to Shen, to the source. Feeling the energy between our hands and our hearts, opening up our hearts and healing our hearts even more with the Qi ball between our hands, with the Qi pole, if we will. Feeling the Qi and expanding the Qi. If those of us who are familiar with that, just expanding the Qi and sending it out and creating a protective Qi around ourselves. Protective Qi, Wei Qi at this time, and bringing down the center line. Bring it down the center with our intention or with our hands, opening up our arms to embrace all of humanity, and down, putting our palms together at the top of our heads, bringing our soul light and down into our center, and coming to our hearts with this love, and smiling into our hearts, smiling into our lips and our eyes, and open our eyes gently and smiling into everybody in this group, and out to family and friends and to everybody. Ooh, Muvumbi, you are swaying with it, your chi. And Lesego too, smiling, big smile. Oh, and Mataji, lovely. And we're smiling with each other with Tina and Brother Heng. Oh. Such a pleasure to be with you in this convergence.
Well, to be on your hand, to be on to bless. I will touch, I really want to. I will love and get spiritual vibration. Beyond this, to love you all.
That is His Highness Prince Yang Mulia Muhammad. Thank you for being with us. And I bring forth as well Ashnuneke Kunashta Uyata Yakustana from the Council of Light. Ayahuitan.